Valorant is dying. Over the past years, multiple streamers and YouTubers have either taken a break or straight up quit playing the game. The amount of active players have dropped since the beginning of 2023. So what is the root of this problem? Why are people quitting Valorant? But to answer this, we have to go back to the game's conception. Valorant is a competitive shooter that took the world by storm during its infancy in 2020. Ever since its blow up in its massive release, it only grew over time, becoming responsible for many online careers, events, and orgs that sprouted over the course of the game's release. It gave opportunity to famous figures we know today. It even revolutionized esports, as many independent small teams were getting recognized and gaining popularity by pulling the most insane upsets during online tournaments. Many popular streamers and influencers we know today became well known because of Valorant. Valorant provided people with a game that has seemingly simple objective yet quite complicated mechanics, forcing people to spend hours and hours working on their aim, crosshair placements, map awareness, and other mechanics that even the most unlikely people began playing the game. I remember back in the day when gaming, let alone competitive shooters, were mostly a male-dominant niche, but Valorant changed that. By introducing a new style of game and character design that appealed to a larger audience, it attracted more people to the genre. There's a common narrative going on in the gaming community that Valorant is losing its popularity. Is it true? Well, yes, definitely. There's significantly less players now than there were during its height of popularity from the last couple of years. But the more important question we should be asking is Valorant dying? No, let me explain. You see, the common trend with massively played online games is that they usually have a big, massive supernova release. And then when people are done with the hype, the game weeds out the majority of its players and then gradually retain its loyal player base. And that's exactly what happened with Valorant. Contrary to popular belief, Valorant is not dying. Believe it or not, it is far, far from a dead game. You see, Riot is in its new phase of strategy. They are now focusing on ways to retain their current player base, to keep things fresh every once in a while without changing much of its fundamental gameplay. We see it now when they remove and replace certain maps from the competitive pool every new act. After all, people tend to drop something once its design becomes too sudden and unfamiliar. A lot of people, including me, complained that Valorant's gameplay is becoming stale. And although I'm right, that's part of its charm. People want the current repetitive gameplay. They want the repetitive yet competitive aspect of the game. That's the major driving force as to why Valorant has a dedicated, loyal community. They want familiar things, familiar mechanics that they can improve. Because having a loyal player base means that players are more likely to purchase in-game content. Remember the times when skins used to be affordable in Valorant? I don't. It never was. And it only got worse. The devs know that players have been asking for a katana skin for the longest time since Valorant release. And with the hype release of Oni 2.0, they made sure to capitalize on this moment. I mean, back when the bundle was released, it can be bought at the same price as the entire Hogwarts Legacy on retail price. Yet despite the complaints about the crazy skin prices, people still buy the skins. So no matter what anyone says, Valorant is still very much alive. It may seem like it's dying because a lot of your friends that you used to play with barely play anymore. But that's only because they are probably very busy right now. I don't know if you noticed, but almost 3 years have passed since Valorant's release. You probably spent majority of your school life in online classes. You probably just realized that the lockdown has ended and people are going back to their normal lives. Your friends are probably busy with their work now that y'all finished college through online classes. And you're still here, grinding. I'm proud of you.